and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew. It's Sunday morning. It's 10:30. It's time for the Supplemental. Give me another chance. I'm going to give you another chance. I can make that last longer. It's time for the Supplemental. I guess I'm not feeling it today. I tried. I gotta check real quick. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm on the right camera. Every Sunday morning we come to you and we do three things. We talk about your national days of the week. We tell you about a community, a comedy, or a charity event we want you to know about. And we wrap things up with This Week in History, a trivia style. It's a fun way to start your Sunday. No kidding. And a big Sunday it is. Not only do I have to finish this, I have to tape a new episode of the LUNSB Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew later, and then I got to go to the adult arcade because I got, a habit that needs, I need to fix that. And then at 3 o'clock, I'll be at the Midtown Theater watching my movie being released. Yes, a big movie. Drive to Survive new season is up. We are aware. But many new things came to be all at once. The new Survivor, and I have to keep that up and running. The new Survivor and all of our other shows, and the new Survivor was like 3 hours long. So we'll get to Drive to Survive eventually. Let's get things started with your national days of the week. Why do birds suddenly appear anytime you are near? A little Kermit the Frog there. Feel that coming on? There it is. Found it. I found what I was looking for. We'll do this. Here we go with your national days. Why is that not showing this of the week? I got to do this. Then I got to grab this and pull it out if I have to do that. All right, here we go with your national days of the week. Starting with tomorrow, mañana, Monday, the segundo of Marcio. We're going to go with National Rescue Cat Day. I wouldn't normally do a Rescue Cat Day because I have evolved into a dog person. I'm an amazing dog dad. But a friend of mine is a cat person. So when I saw National Cat Rescue Day, I thought of him. And because of him, I figured I'd highlight Rescue Cat Day. I don't really know if you need to rescue cats. They're pretty good on their own. I've never seen a cat in the wild that was struggling. Like, they know how to hunt. They know how to shelter and protect themselves. Like, my cat, many, many years ago, his name was Polaris. I had two cats. I had gotten a kitten, and his name was Poseidon. And then I got another cat that was a rescue cat. I named him Polaris. All black. Big boy. Terrifying. He made sounds cats aren't supposed to make because he had been living on his own in the wild. And we got him, and we had to, we keep him. And then after a certain amount of time, we have to take him and get the big green needle. He was such a good cat. He was so nice. So we didn't, I took him home. And now, mind you, I had already gotten a little kitten. And now I got this giant cat that either I take the giant cat home or it gets the big green needle. So I took the giant cat home, and he saw the little kitten, and apparently he was threatened by the little kitten. And he made sounds like like I've never heard before. I didn't know it was deep. It was guttural. These were animalistic, to say the least. It was terrifying. We slept with the lights on that night, behind a locked door, with the kitten with us, because I was afraid of this creature that I brought into my home. That's my rescue cat story. I rescued a cat, and he lived a very long time, and he was an amazing cat. He was just initially quite terrifying. I miss him. If you've got it in your heart and you don't currently have an animal, get you a cat. Get you a cat on March the 2nd, National Rescue Cat Day. I think that went well. That was a good one. Ooh. Yes, we are definitely doing that. Tuesday, March the 3rd, is National Cold Cuts Day. I don't mess around with the cold cuts, okay? I got simple taste. I like the finer things in life. Give me some mortadella and give me some gabagool. Okay? A little mortadella, a little gabagool, maybe some mats. You give me those three things on some good pan, on some good bread. I don't need nothing else. Possibile un pomodoro, a little tomato. You got the juicy cheese and mozzarella and mortadella and gabagool. Ooh-wee. What is your favorite cold cut? What, do you have a go-to? Do you like the oven roasted hams? Do you like the oven roasted turkey or oven smoked turkey or whatever the heck they call it? Hey, they got all the things. I like a good pastrami. I love a good pastrami. Some roast beef. Yeah, I can go with some roast beef. It all depends on what's on sale. When I go to the counter of the deli, I'm looking for mortadella. I'm looking for gabagool. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. But, I mean, if the pastrami's on sale, or if there's roast beef at a discounted price, I can enjoy that. I do like a nice hot roast beef sandwich. Oh, God. I don't eat the cold cuts as much as I would like. If I could eat the cold cuts as much as I liked, I would eat them every day. It would just be, I can't eat them every day. And even if I could eat them every day, I have to pay the tax. Because nothing gets Zeus's attention more than the sound of deli wrap. If it's anything wrapped in deli wrap, man, he hears that. It doesn't matter where he is. He comes a running because that boy knows. He knows his sounds. And deli wrap is definitely, how do you call your dog without calling your dog? That's how you do it. Jessica, T-Bone likes meat. Pick out your favorite cold cut. On Tuesday, March the 3rd, National Cold Cuts Day. To the comments, James, he like the pepperoni, but he likes it thin sliced. Yeah, pepperoni is only good thin sliced. It does not taste good. Thick pepperoni doesn't taste good. Neither does salam or any of the cured meats. A thick cut of them, just it's not good. It's wrong. So wrong. Yes, I like meats, and Jessica also likes a pepperoni. She likes the salam. She likes the smoked ham and a provolone. That sounds like a tasty, delightful sandwich right there. A little pepperoni, a little salam, a little smoked ham, and some provolone. I like my cheese wet and juicy. I like a nice wet mozzarella because you don't need, if you got mortadella You got a little gabagool. You got some wet mozz and some pomodoro. You got all the ingredients for a freaking fantastic sandwich that requires no further accoutrements. You don't need to add no mayonnaise, no horseradish, no Chick-fil-A sauce. You don't need to do any of that because you got all the moisture that you need in a good sandwich. I really want to go eat some right now. I do like my beets lumpy, though, he says. I'm sure he meant meats. La, la, la. Let's do this. Wednesday, March the 4th. Oh, may the 4th be with you. No, that's May. March of the 4th to be with you. Wednesday, March the 4th is National Pound Cake Day. I've always been confused by pound cake. You know why? Because it doesn't frickin' weigh a pound, okay? It's not heavy. It's kind of fluffy and light and delicious and an excellent delivery vehicle for other ingredients. Because no one eats just pound cake. Here, you want some pound cake? No. Here, you want some pound cake with other things on it? Yes, that I do want. What are some of the best pound cake accoutrements? Strawberries, whipped cream, strawberries and whipped cream. You put that on top of a pound cake, life is good. Or anything. Anything on top of a pound cake makes pound cake better. And Cool Whip makes pound cake better also. But I've never understood why it was called pound cake. Maybe I got the wrong sample size. Maybe the size that I received was not a pound. It was a portion of a pound that originally was made with. I don't know. All I know is it's squishy and it's tasty and it is an excellent delivery vehicle for other things. So on Wednesday, March the 4th, have yourself a pound cake on National Pound Cake Day. To your comments, just like MC Hammer said, you look like you're on crack, Humpty. Pound cake is okay, but angel food cake delish. Isn't angel food cake just pound cake? I think it is. 10:45 p.m. No, it's so much later than necessary. Ugh. I would have to do the movie stuff. I'll figure that out. Somehow I'll figure it out. Thursday. Yes. Back on track. Thursday, March the 5th is National Multiple Personality Day. Yeah. National Multiple Personality Day. Now, I don't know a lot of people who've got multiple personality disorder, but I know a lot of people with multiple personalities. You know, the kind, gentle person one day and then evil, horrible person the next minute. What if Thursday, March the 5th, on National Multiple Personality Day, you had an extra personality? Huh? You know, curate it. Think about it. What is it going to be? You want to be something different than norm. So how are you going to do that? Huh? I'm going to be a guy with a giant sore on his lip guy. Yeah, right there. I see it. And it hurts like you wouldn't believe. Because I don't know how to leave things alone, and I just pick at it and pick at it and pull the hairs out of it, and it was like a zit, and I couldn't leave it alone. So now I got a scar, which defines me, which is my alternate personality that I will be celebrating on Thursday, March the 5th. National Multiple Personality Day. What is she doing? Hopefully we can get a better one in the next one. Why not? Angel food cake is light and airy, and pound cake is heavy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You have since educated me. I appreciate that. Friday, March the 6th is National Oreo Cookie Day. There is very little discussion when it comes to how you eat an Oreo. Obviously, I'm not eating Oreo cookies. But if an Oreo cookie were to find itself in front of me, it's going to get ate, okay? It's going to get ate. That's all there is to it. And the way I see. And the way you eat an Oreo cookie, you can disagree all you want. You can lie and say that you don't do this, but this is the only way to eat an Oreo cookie. You pop it in half. You suck the filling out of it, and then you eat the cookie. That's how you do it. I didn't make the rules. I'm not the one who said this is the way it has to be, but that is the way it has to be. You crack open an Oreo cookie, you eat the white fluffy center, and then you eat the cookie. I don't know why. I tell you why. Because if you eat the cookie like it's a cookie, it don't taste right. Chocolate cookie, good. White fluffy center, good. Biting through chocolate cookie, chocolate on chocolate into white fluffy center, not so good. Not as good as you think it should be, or would be. I will say, no one needs a running count, James. I will say that if you dip the cookie into milk, it's perfect. The only way to eat an Oreo cookie without snapping it in half and sucking the white out of it and then eating the cookie, the only way to do that is if you take a whole cookie, unadulterated, and you dip that in ice cold milk, and then you eat it. Now we're talking. Now we are talking really, really good cookie. But I don't eat the Oreos that much. But again, on Friday, March the 6th, if an Oreo cookie finds its way in front of me, it's going to get ate. It's going to get ate. And I hope it does for you too on Friday, March the 6th, National Oreo Cookie Day. To your comments. Hydrox came before Oreo, but Oreo had better marketing and won the war. Hydrox from the Grand Union or ShopRite is how I grew up. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know there was competition. There was a double stuffed. Oh, the mint center. Yes. Yes. There was a cookie in Spain called the Principesa. Somehow they had slipped the chocolate innards into the cookie. Like you bite the cookie and there's a sweet, soft chocolate inside. It's kind of like the opposite of an Oreo. Those things were fantastic. If I could have smuggled anything back to America, it would have been the Principesas. They were phenomenal. All right. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. I know what that is. Okay. Yes, we'll do that. Saturday, March the 7th, is National Sorrel Day. Sorrel. You like the sorrel? As a child, I loved cereal. I don't eat it much as an adult. The only cereal I would normally eat as an adult was the burpee kind. Apparently, what the heck? Grape nuts. I loved grape nuts because it was crunchy and tasty and delicious. You didn't need to add anything to them. I know people that add sugar to their grape nuts. You didn't need to. You just need a bowl of milk and a bowl full of grape nuts, and you enjoy the heck out of those. When you're young, and you can, because as you get older, you get what I call old people teeth. And old people teeth and grape nuts do not mix well. You will break your teeth. You will break your teeth eating a breakfast cereal. So what kind of breakfast cereals do you like? I tell you, any of the ones that come with dehydrated fruit, like a special K strawberry, or anything that's a fruit thing, and then you put the milk in, and then the fruit rehydrates. I like those. And as long as they're not too hard on my teethuses, I will eat those. I don't eat a lot of cereal. But I really do want to go back to the days of yore. I sure would like some Boo Berry or some Count Chocula or some Frankenstein. Those were, I mean, they got, what was the one that Calvin and Hobbes ate all the time? Chocolate covered sugar bombs. Yes, give me some chocolate covered sugar bombs. I would love those. And you know what? On Saturday, March the 7th, I'm going to find a way to put, I saw that. I'm going to find a way to put some cereal in my belly. Because it's Saturday, March 7th, National Cereal Day. I call my cat the Principessa. I used to call her Putanesca because she was quick and a little, but the translation means someone a bit different for a woman. Frankenberry, yes. Honey Smacks, also good. Cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal, or the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Man. The people who made crack ain't got jack on the people that made Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, muy delicious. Chocolate marshmallows, matey. Captain, what was the captain's name? Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch with the berries. Those were also good. Captain Crunch. Oh boy. That's too heavy for us. We're gonna do this one instead. Sunday, March the 8th is National Retro Video Game Day. Or all of the games I love day. Because now they're all old and retro. I started with the Atari. I started with Pong. That was my very first video game that I ever played, and I went through all of them. I transitioned through the Genesis. Yeah, I remember Genesis, Sega Genesis, and all of the Nintendos, and eventually the stations of play. I went through all of them, and it's so silly, man. It's so silly thinking that all of the programming that went into making the games that we played in my youth, and now you can buy like a thumb drive that has all of them playable, So these were 16-bit games. They weren't stunning graphics. They weren't crazy, but you played them. for hours on end. You had a great time. I can't tell you how much I love Tecmo Bowl. How much I love Tecmo Bowl and the original Grand Theft Auto, where everything was an overhead view and you were always running over all of the no, that's the wrong type. The Buddhist monks. There was always a row of Buddhist monks that you would run over and kill all the Buddhist monks and get a prize. I loved that Grand Theft Auto. That was so cheesy. It was so cheesy, but I also loved Tecmo Bowl. Before football games got crazy. Like nowadays, they like expect you to know all of the things. But back then, you just got Bruce Smith, and he went through the 2-hole, and he sacked your quarterback every time. Or you got Randall Cunningham, who'd run all the way back to the end zone and throw a 175-yard touchdown pass, a completion every time. Or you got Bo Jackson. No one could stop Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. I love that game. And if there was going to be a reason to play any retro games now, I would do that. But, I mean, for me, ever since I started having health issues, I stopped playing video games. I had better things to do with my time than play video games. But I miss playing video games. I miss playing Call of Duty. But I'm old, and I got a PS4. And it still works. If I plugged it in, turned it on, it still works. Just I'm not buying a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or a 15 or whatever the heck it is now. And aren't they getting rid of one of the models? Aren't like Xbox, isn't it going away for good? You losers put all your money into a gaming system and now it's gone. Well, you can celebrate the games you used to play. On Sunday, March the 8th, National Retro Video Game Day. Sega! I saw the Sega. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, man. I loved playing Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega. And now it's time for your Come char. Come char. Your come char. Your come char. Your come char. Community, comedy, or charity. It's one of those 3 things that we try to promote every week. If there's something going on in the community and we want you to share it with you, we'll tell you. You got nothing. If there's something going on in the comedy scene that we want to share with you, we'll tell you. I got nothing. And if all else fails, we revert to charity. Now, the charities that we're helping now, we don't charge them for advertisement, and we don't Castaway Critters. Look them up on Facebook, Castaway Critters. They're an animal shelter here in the Mechanicsburg area, and they help take care of animals and pets. We were doing a different one for a while, but they started paying for ads on the local radio station. And although I still think Speranza Animal Rescue is a great cause, if they can afford ads, they don't need me. Castaway Critters, they're currently not running ads on the radio. So you're going to hear from me when I say look them up. If you got some time, some energy, some effort that you can donate to Castaway Critters, please consider it. And if you're one of our Road to Spain audience members, always remember the Rhoda Animal Welfare League right there down by the movie theater. They take care of strays also. And they could always use your donations. The wonderful thing about RAW, the Rhoda Animal Welfare League, is you can find them on Amazon. They have a wish list there, and you can donate directly to them anonymously should you choose. They're always in need of stuff, but they tell you what they need on their wish list for Amazon, and then you can just send it directly to them. I don't know if Castaway Critters has done such a thing. I may reach out to them and suggest that they do this. And if they do, we will continue. If there's no community, if there's no comedy, and the only thing we got is a charity reminder, it's always going to be raw and something else. And Castaway Critters right now is on the top of our list. So consider that. Consider doing something nice for someone else every day. Consider doing something nice for someone else, especially if you heard it on the Supplemental. The Supplemental's Come Come Char. Come Come Char. It's a come, it's a come char. And now it's time for the fan favorite portion of the show. This week in history, trivia style. 7 questions set to medium difficulty, all with multiple choice answers. If you get all 7 right, you're going to feel really good about yourself. You really are. It is a fun way to really boost your ego on a Sunday. Let's start with question number 1. On February 22nd, 1980, which U.S. event became known as the Miracle on Ice? February 22nd, 1980. Which U.S. event became known as the Miracle on Ice? Was it a boxing upset in Las Vegas? Was it the U.S. hockey team defeating the Soviet Union? Was it a record-breaking figure skating performance? Or was it the first NHL outdoor game? Which of those 4 options was known as the Miracle on Ice? When the men's Olympic team beat the Ruskies, is what James says. Does Jessica agree with him? Do you believe in miracles? Yes, Jessica also goes with hockey. The correct answer, of course, we don't know what the correct answers are until we're done. And then we say, please give us the answers. But I firmly believe that the Miracle on Ice was, I think it was Bob Costa who announced that game. Whoever it was, they definitely said, do you believe in miracles? When the United States hockey team beat the Russians. On February 23rd, 1836, which famous siege began in Tejas? It's February 23rd, 1836. What famous siege began in Texas? I know the answer. I don't even want to give you the multiple choice options because I think you know the answer as well. It's a famous siege in Texas. Oh no, what could it be? Here are your multiple choice options. A, the Battle of San Jacinto. All right, James pops in with the Alamo and then says, remember the Alamo. And remember the Maine. Always remember. And remember 9/11. Don't forget. I'm sure the Maine. Yeah. Was it the Siege of Veracruz? Was it the Alamo? Or was it the Battle of Goliad? I'm waiting to see Jessica's answer. I think she's going to say the same thing. I think we're all going to say the same thing, that the correct answer, the only answer is Davy Crockett at the Alamo. Remember the Alamo. You see? Yes. On February 24th, 1868, which U.S. president was impeached by the House of Representatives? Let me read that again. On February 24th, 1868, which U.S. president was impeached by the House of Representatives? There is no basement in the Alamo. And Jessica answers Alamo finally. Which president was impeached? Was it Ulysses S. Grant, Andrew Johnson, James Buchanan, or Rutherford B. Hayes? Yes, prior to Donald Trump and prior to Bill Clinton, we did impeach other presidents. Not very many of them. Do you know who it was? Was it Ulysses S. Grant, Andrew Johnson, James Buchanan, or Rutherford B. Hayes? I know what I'm going to say. I'm curious. All right. James goes with Johnson. James likes the Johnson. Jessica, maybe we don't wait so long this time to get your answer in. Maybe we move a little faster with the typing of the letters. Maybe, please. We'll find out. I'm sure she'll get around to it eventually. Eventually. On February, Johnson. I also say it's Johnson. On February 25th, 1870, which, she says Johnson. We all say Johnson. So far, we're all in agreement. James Buchanan is from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Did not know that. Did not know that. I do know that Dwight David Eisenhower, he's got a little house down there in Gettysburg. I've seen it. On February 25th, 1870, which amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified? February 25th, 1870, which amendment to the U.S. Constitution was ratified? Here are your options: the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, or the 19th. And this is one of those that either you know it or you don't know it. And then you take an educated guess. I do not know which amendment was February 25th, 1870. But I know if a human was writing these questions and these multiple choice answers, they would have the correct answer, and then they would choose a number higher and lower. I know it's not the 19th. I know it's not the 19th. 19th is suffrage, right? 18th, we stopped drinking alcohol. 19th, we gave the women the right to vote. And then the 22nd, we realized what a mistake that was, and we started drinking again. James is popping in with 14th, which I think is a good choice. You get rid of the 13th, you get rid of the 19th, you got the 14th and the 15th. Jessica also going to go with the 14th. You know what? These are my ride or dies, okay? If they're both going to go with the 14th, I'm going with the 14th as well. We will win together, or we will lose together. We shall see. That was question number 4. Question numero 5. Number 5. On February 26th, 1919, what was established by the U.S. Congress? February 26th, 1919, what was established by the U.S. Congress? Here are your options. The Federal Reserve, the National Park Service, the Grand Canyon National Park, or the Veterans Bureau. Either you know it or you don't know it, okay? Was it the Federal Reserve? It could be. Was it the National Park Service? It could be. Was it the Grand Canyon National Park? It could be. Was it the Veterans Bureau? Probably not, but it could be. Because we're fresh out of World War I. We got a bunch of veterans hanging around that need some care. It could be. James is going to go with Grand Canyon. It could be. Jessica's going to go with the Park Service. Okay, this is the road, the path in the road where our paths divide. We're all going to go with different answers. One of us may be successful. All of us may be wrong. I'm going to go with post-World War I recovery. I'm going to go with the Veterans Bureau. That was my answer. Question number 6. On February 27th, 1991, what major event occurred during the Gulf War? February 27th, 1991, what major event occurred during the Gulf War? Iraq invaded Kuwait, February 27th, 1991. Operation Desert Storm began. Kuwait was liberated, or Saddam Hussein resigned. Those are your options. February 27th, 1991. What major event occurred during the Gulf War? Iraq invaded Kuwait. Operation Desert Storm began. Kuwait was liberated, or Saddam Hussein resigned. I know my answer. I'm giving you an opportunity to give yours. James goes with the beginning of Desert Storm. Do you remember, for extra points, do you remember what it was called before it became Desert Storm? There was actually two names prior to it becoming Desert Storm. Ah. I know. Waiting on Jessica. Oh, Jessica. She says Desert Storm. I agree. It was the beginning of Operation Desert Storm. We shall see together. Question number 7. On February 28th, 1983, the final episode of which long-running TV show series ended? February 28th, 1983, with the final episode of which long-running TV series ended? Was it, and that's so stupid, they have an asterisk in the middle of the word. It makes no sense. Was it MASH, Cheers, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, or Dallas? Now, all of them had good endings. But which one was it on February 28th, 1983? Was it MASH, Cheers, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, or Dallas? Now, I'm just trying to remember where I was when MASH ended, and I believe I was not in 1983 when MASH ended. I believe that was years before. So I'm going to take that one off the shelf. Could it have been Dallas? Yeah, but it wasn't like I was watching a lot of late night soap operas. Jessica's going to go with MASH. Cheers feels right. I remember Sam turning off the lights. Right? You remember that? Sam turning off the lights. I think Shelley Duvall made a comeback. You are both going to go with MASH. I'm pretty sure MASH did not occur in 1983. I think it was earlier. We will find out together. I'm going to go, your algorithm, military, I'm saying MASH. All right. I am going to go with Cheers. I think Sam turning off the lights, I think that occurred in 1983. I think the end of MASH occurred earlier. So answers, please, we type into the Google box there and see what we find out together. Here we go. Again, I want the best for you. I want you to go 7 for 7, even if I don't. But, 6 for 7 ain't bad either. It's just amazing how rare we go 7 for 7. It is a rarity. Question number 1, the U.S. hockey team defeating the Soviet Union. Do you believe in miracles? Question number 2, was the siege in San Antonio of the Alamo? Question number 3, was Andrew Johnson, he was the first president to be impeached. He was not removed from office. That requires a separate vote, but impeached just the same. On February 25th, 1870, it was the 15th Amendment. Now, I was right. It wasn't the 13th and it wasn't the 19th, but I hitched my cart to you two, and you two gave me bad gouge. You said 14th. It was the 15th. The 15th Amendment, part of the Reconstruction amendments, gave black men the right to vote. There you go. Now you know something. Question number 5, was the Grand Canyon? Who chose the Grand Canyon? Jessica, I think you did. Good for you. Good for you. You still got the 14th Amendment wrong, but I mean, at least you got the Grand Canyon right. I did not. February 27th, 1991, the correct answer, I didn't even think this was one of the multiple choice options. Let's look back at this for a second. Yeah. The correct answer for question number 6 was Kuwait was liberated. We had a rough week. We had a rough week this week. And finally, February 28th, 1983 was the series finale of MASH. I remember it. I remember the helicopter pulling away. I remember it. I just feel like I was living in North Carolina back then, and I wasn't 13, which I would have been in '83. Let's just ask the question real quick. When was the Cheers finale? Just out of curiosity, just curious. The finale of Cheers was on May 20th, 1993. A whole 10 years later. Fun stat for show banter. It's still behind the finale of MASH, but it beat a lot of other iconic send-offs. The end, the episode was titled One for the Road and ran as a supersized finale, about 98 minutes with commercials. It drew roughly 80 million viewers, making it one of the most watched TV finales in U.S. history. If you've never seen the show 6 Feet Under, I'm not going to ruin this for you. I am just going to tell you that the finale, the last episode of 6 Feet Under, I think it's like the last 12 minutes, is the best television series finale you will ever watch. It's a great show. If you got time, check it out. 6 Feet Under, I believe it was on HBO. It's a great show. It was a great show. But the last episode, man, does it wrap up everything perfectly. It wraps up everything perfectly. I just did the math in my head, and Chick Brew wants to do a new taping of a new episode. But I'm going to be at the theater. I'm going to be on the big screen with the red carpet treatment. We'll have to figure this out. Anyway, thanks for playing along, even if it is only my two favorite people. I enjoy this. I enjoy getting together and having fun with you every Sunday morning on the Supplemental. Yeah. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Chick Brew sends her love. A new episode of the LUNSB Show to be released soon. In the meantime and in between time, ciao ciao for now. Bye. LUNSB.